Have you heard of the health kick problem? The health kick problem is that when people go on a health kick, they can do some things which actually make them fail in the short term. Today I want to share what the health kick problem is so you can understand it and avoid it if you are looking to bring a higher level of health and fitness into your life. So let's break this down. What is the health kick problem? So often when people get to a place of dissatisfaction around their health and fitness, they want to make some change. So let's say you put on 10 kg, you jump on the scales, you feel crap about yourself, and you're like, you know what, I need to make change in my life. And you might say the best way to do that is to bring exercise into my life and follow some nutrition plan. Exercise movement, it's a pretty simple formula, but it tends to work if you stick to it. So you start on this health kick journey and you're doing really well. You might be 3 weeks into it, you've done your exercise 3 times a week for those 3 weeks, you've kind of stuck to your nutrition plan really well. And what starts to happen is because you're doing well, you start to reflect on other areas of your life where you want to improve your health. Now, this is a good thing. This is a really good thing because what happens is you've created a shift in one area which makes you realize you want to create shifts in other areas. The problem is that often in this moment, people then overload the other areas too much. Actually, I'll give you a really good example. So in our 5K running group, we have this kind of mentoring process within it. And a while ago, we were doing these live video calls as a part of our 5K process. And there was a lady in our group that was aiming to bring running into her life. And then her second tool was she was trying to do stress management. So she was trying to do 2 change things at one time in her life. And then we'd have these weekly meetings on this kind of Zoom call. And what was really interesting is each week she'd be adding more things that she should be doing to improve in her health. So she started telling me about how she was improving her snacks at her office. She was starting to think about her sleep patterns. She was trying to do all these new things. The problem was she wasn't cementing the main lessons she was trying to learn at that time. So she wasn't nailing the exercise in the ways that she possibly could at this time. And she wasn't nailing her overall nutrition plan at this time. So while she was on a health kick, she wasn't actually implementing the first lessons that she should have been learning along the way because she was adding so many other things that she should be doing to achieve her health and fitness outcomes. Now, unfortunately for this lady, she actually fell off the wagon and she didn't actually end up completing her ultimate fitness goals. She ended up running 5Ks with us, which was really good. But to me, what we're looking for with fitness is a long-term sustainable habit. And unfortunately for this lady, once she ran 5Ks, she kind of just went back to her old version of herself. And this is what I call a health kick problem. You want to make change in your life. You want to have a health change. So you decide you're going to focus on one thing, but then you end up trying to focus on 100 things, not doing any of them that well, not creating any change. So ultimately you fall back to square one. So what's a better approach? Well, I think a better approach when it comes to the health kick problem is to say, I'm going to focus on 1 or maybe 2 things maximum for a period of time. And in that period of time, I'm trying to learn how to master those 2 things and make them a habitual thing. So let's just say right now you want to change your fitness and health habits. Well, you might just say for the next 3 months, I'm going to focus on building an exercise routine. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to learn the skill of turning up consistently week in, week out for the next 3 months. Now, if that's all you focused on and you nail that 100%, so in 3 months from now, you've built that cemented habit of bringing exercise into your life so you know you'll be able to do it long term. After that 3 months, then you go, okay, now I'm going to focus on my nutrition habits. And I'm going to focus on these 3 components of my nutrition habits. And for the next 3 months, I'm going to nail these 3 things. Now, while the health kick problem represents a positive thing, that you want to create change in your life, and your keenness is making you look at all the areas of your life, often it just overwhelms you and makes people fail. To me, if you want to create long-term change that is sustainable, that you can hold forever, you're much better off to choose 1 or 2 areas that you're going to absolutely focus on and nail those areas to the point where they are just a habit before you move on to the next area. Now, this way will take a little bit longer, but I guarantee if you do it this way, you'll achieve the change and it'll be change that you can do for the long term. So avoid the health kick problem by being more focused on choosing 1 or 2 areas that you can succeed in. If you enjoy my pieces and you want to bring exercise into your life, you need to check out my book, I Will Make You Passionate About Exercise. This book is designed to be a step-by-step journey that teaches you the right lessons and experiences to guide bringing exercise into your life, not just for a moment, but where you get to the place where you have a long-term love of exercise. So you get fitter, you get healthier, you have great stress releases, and you feel amazing about yourself. This book has been hugely successful, getting into the top 10 in the world for health and fitness books. So if it's time for you to bring health and fitness into your life, go to Passion About Exercise, click on the link, go through the process, and you can be starting your journey of finding your love for exercise really soon.